Welcome to the Oddity Shop, where the bizarre is always on sale.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Oddity Shop. I'm Kara with the best host ever, aside from me, Zachary.
Why are you so peppy? That was like your peppiest intro ever.
Because we were talking about High School Musical. It made me happy.
Oh my god. Anyways, this isn't a podcast about High School Musical. This is a podcast.
No, what is it?
The creepy, the weird, the odd, and the unexplained. And we're going to tell you those stories. And whether you like it or not, we're also going to add our 2 cents of complete speculation.
We're going to try. We're going to do our best to tell you those stories.
We are. So, real quick.
I wish I could sing, and I'm really sorry. I know I just cut you off. I'm really sorry for all of our listeners that have to hear little bits of me singing. Because Zach doesn't need to edit them out. It's fine.
I've thought
okay.
about it, but if I have to suffer through it, so does everyone else.
And you know what? I'm cool with the fact that I can't sing. And I still in my head, I see myself as a famous singer / dancer, and I can't do either one of those things. I can lip sync like a mother effer. Try me. And I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I take all of that back. I am not sorry that you have to listen to me sing.
Fair.
What were you going to say?
You want to be a singer. I want to be a handyman. So I keep getting these like grand ideas.
You do?
Things to do in my house. Yeah. No. Right. Like
No. I know you come up with ideas.
Right.
Because you're like me, but you want to be a handyman. No.
Not really.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's
like,
not what I'm
I want to
saying.
be a handyman in my own house, but
Yeah.
My audacity tells me I can use tools at a higher level than I actually can. So
I'm so sorry to interrupt you again, but I do have to say that Aaron.
Lord.
No, because Aaron was like, wow, Zach did all that to the bathroom. And I mean, I told him that someone help with it. And he goes, wow, I didn't know he knew all. Did I tell you this? But he goes, I didn't know he knew how to do all that. I'm like, he didn't, honey. He like watched videos and he like learned. He goes, wow, I'm really impressed.
I also, so like growing up when things broke around the house, I'm like, I'll fix it. Like I remember fixing our bathroom plumbing once when the thing got jammed up. I just watched a video and figured it out. Okay. But anyway, don't you ignore or interrupt me again.
Okay.
So I've been spring cleaning, and explain to me how me cleaning my bedroom led to me deciding to wash all the walls in my like staircase area, to then realizing the staircase handle was loose, and now the handrail is in the basement with all the hardware being spray painted black.
Oh, yes. I'm so happy about that, though.
Right? Because I just did all the hardware black. So, but it's just like, literally, how does touching a loose handrail, and I'm like, okay, well, now I have to wipe all the fingerprints off of it that I see. Well, what if it was black?
All right, here's one of those synchronicity thingies.
Uh-oh.
I just happened to listen to an episode on my way home of Two Girls, One Ghost. And they were talking about cleaning, and who was it? I don't know which one of them, whatever, it doesn't matter, was talking about how it was really funny because it reminded me of me and you when we were talking about, you're like, you don't have ADHD, don't let TikTok think that, because I would talk about those tendencies I was watching. And she goes, I don't have ADHD, but I have a lot of tendencies because of TikTok, like I've noticed, and cleaning was one of them. And she's like, I go on these rampages where I start to clean, but then all of a sudden I'm going through each cupboard and then I'm looking at all the pictures and the books that are in like of all the photo albums, and then I'm like decided that I need to purge all of this and I do all this and blah blah blah. And she's like going on and she's like, I can't clean, like it's like a thing, you know what I mean? Like you never finish. And I don't know what she was listening to, but I'll just put it on here because I thought it was kind of a good idea. She basically was listening to something about this, like if you have ADHD or you have problems with what you were just saying, like it turns into one thing turns into 500 more, and then you maybe get done what you were supposed to, but it takes 100 times longer.
Oh, yeah.
She was just saying that whoever this was like, just grab a box, a bin, a bucket, whatever, and start in that room. And whatever's not supposed to be in that room, you just start throwing all that shit in the bucket, clean all the surfaces, continue on. And then at the end, you have everything in a bucket that is supposed to go in this other places, which I'm like, I kind of like that. I know that doesn't really go with what you're saying completely.
But you know what would happen though is like once
I know the bucket would just sit with all the shit in it.
Right. Because once I'm done with the cleaning or whatever, like if I don't immediately jump to the next thing, I get bored and I lose interest. And that box will then sit there till the next time I do spring cleaning.
I know. That's what I was thinking for me. I was like, ooh.
I literally have this room in my basement, the old coal room, which is all that stuff that I'm supposed to get rid of from last year. I call it the trash room now. It's disgusting.
It's so bad. I'm the same way. I have like bags that are in my walk-in closet that need to go to Goodwill, that have needed to go to Goodwill forever. And Thursday, I keep telling myself that I'm going to purge more stuff and take it all to Goodwill.
I have 3 bags in my trunk of Goodwill right now.
Okay, you know what then? Here's the thing. Let's hold each other accountable.
Okay.
Thursday, I need to go to Goodwill and drop that shit off.
Perfect. We're going after work.
You want to do it? I have off on Thursday, but you can do it on Thursday too.
Perfect.
Awesome. Okay. You know what? Something else that I was thinking that you and I need, this is going to come, I don't know if it's going to come off wrong.
Oh,
I know you won't think that, but I was thinking that you and I should do, I don't want to say a weight loss challenge because that's what's going to sound wrong, but like a health challenge. Because you and I always talk about how we need to like get back into working out. I need to get on my Peloton. I've been sick for a while, but I need to like, I have all of these things that I've paid for, like workout stuff that I need to do. We need to hold each other accountable, but we should do it like in a cool way. Like we can use our Apple Watches and use like the workout app, but we need to hold each other accountable.
Then I'd have to charge my Apple Watch.
I was just going to say, but then you'd have to charge it.
I actually cracked it.
Congratulations. I've done that too.
Not like it matters. I just wear a dead Apple Watch for the aesthetic.
I know you do.
Anyways, we're not going to get into that now. Yes, I agree to that because I feel like right now most things in my life are kind of in order-ish.
Yeah.
But like I need to get the health thing going.
This has nothing to do with health, but I bought us Bloody Mary mix.
Perfect.
But I can't remember. Is it you or Nick that likes spicy?
Nick.
That
you couldn't remember. One of us is Hispanic, one of us is white.
And after I bought it, I was like, oh yeah, me and Nick are gonna like this more. That it's extra spicy. But I bought it for you and I.
Perfect. Are you ready for a question?
No.
This week alone, how many times have you used artificial intelligence?
I, right now, am going to tell you that I don't want to hear this.
You're going to have to hear this.
Right fucking now. I'm tapping out. This is my, I need a secret word if something's
Your safe
wrong.
word?
My safe word.
Your safe word is artificial intelligence.
I was just about to tell you what my safe word is with my mom if something's wrong. I can't tell you because then you guys would all know it. And if somebody is listening kidnaps me.
Is it Fugglehorn?
No, it's Aunt Jemima. She was holding Aunt Jemima's syrup.
Okay. Anyways, seriously though, how many times this week do you think you've used AI?
I don't think I have, but I know you're going to tell me that I'm wrong, and I'm not going to sleep tonight. So I already hate you.
Oh, if that is the level of not sleeping tonight, just wait. Okay, I won't make you get into it. I'll just start. So obviously today we're going to talk about
I actually hate
and
you.
explore the topic of AI and the creepier aspects of it. So AI, or artificial intelligence, been a topic of interest for decades, but with recent advancements in technology, it's becoming more and more integrated into our daily lives. We have voice assistants like Siri and Alexa, autonomous vehicles, even robots. No joke, AI is changing the way we interact with the world around us. But with these advancements comes concern about the potential dangers and creepy implications of AI. So in this episode, we'll dive into some of these concerns and explore the ethical and societal implications of the world. So buckle up and get ready, because we're going to delve into AI and its creepy implications. Okay, side note, how did you like that intro?
It sounded exactly like the podcast that I listened to. I was about to say, holy shit.
Do you feel the most powerful and beautiful with the elements of the earth around you? Do you like one-of-a-kind jewelry? Do you sometimes feel like a woodland fairy? Me too. That's why I created Holly and Hemlock, a magical shop filled with handmade wooden jewelry and metaphysical tools. Come check out our enchanting wooden wares at www.hollyhemlock.com and join us in honoring the magic and beauty of nature with each unique creation. That's www.hollyhemlock.com.
That's great, because that entire introduction was written for us by ChatGPT using AI technology off of a 3-line prompt that I gave it.
But I don't know if I want to sound like that. Do we?
not that we want to sound like that, but that was written by a computer saying, I have a podcast called Oddity Shop. We're talking about AI and how creepy it is. Write me an introduction.
So the person that is not to be known because you don't like them, but on their podcast, they literally dived in a little bit on AI. And I can't remember what app it is, but they were asking it questions and to like say stuff. And it was freaking me the F out because it was giving just like you just said.
Oh, yeah. It's
craziest
ChatGPT, which is kind of like.
Actually, that might be what it was. Yeah.
It's having its moment right now in the news. I think we have to start, though, like, and this is me now. This isn't AI, but like a super, super brief history, right? Let's go back to the 40s. So in the 40s, we get our first digital computers. In the 70s, we get microprocessors. The 90s, we have the early days of the internet, and we have chat rooms. We have like simple AI bots, right? Which all lay the foundation for modern AI. 2006, we start to get iPod Touch, and then we go into smartphones. In 2010, I think it was, is when Siri came out. Which, do you remember when Siri came out?
Yeah.
Like, we were all obsessed, and it hardly, even today, still, I think, listens that well. But it can do small tasks and kind of help you out with things, right? Then we get into 2016, which is you and me were working at Verizon at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the introduction of the Google Home.
What a year 2016 was, just for all kinds of trends.
And tech and everything. But like, do you remember how... First of all, me and Kara worked in tech sales at that time, and like how easy it was to sell a Google Home just from the interactions. Like we would literally be playing games on it and sell them like hotcakes.
I was going to say, we'd be like, hey, watch this.
Right.
Like hey, Google, entertain me. And it would just be like, what would you like to do?
and it still, it wasn't even that advanced, but Amazon, Apple, HomePod, Alexa, those changed the way technology like that set a curve and set the ball in motion that we can't go backwards now in AI.
Oh my God.
So next we get, and this is right around that same time, right? The learning thermostats, the Roombas, the Ring doorbells, all these devices that we rely on to make life easier, that learn about our habits, and just like, it's really mind blowing. Like we take it for granted now, 9 years later, but like that was insane.
Wait, is it 9 years?
From 2016? What, 7 years? 7 years. I can't do math.
That's how long we've been friends.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing.
I mean, it feels way longer than that, but then it also doesn't feel like that's when we were working together.
I know. It's weird.
Holy shit, what happened?
I don't have time to go into that. That could be a whole creepy episode of itself. But at this point, like, we're all victims of some sort of AI in our life or algorithms, right? So like that was about the same time that Facebook, Instagram started changing from like the most recent posts to the posts that learn about you. Now we have TikTok, which is all algorithm based. And all of this is
for now
taking your personal information. Yeah, for now, if TikTok goes away. But it all takes your personal information, assumes what you would like, and then shows it to you. Okay? Let's come to today. So we talked about ChatGPT super briefly, but there's now programs that create AI art. You can upload photos of yourself and get like crazy edits to it based on text you input.
What episode were we talking about where you can like pay to have your loved
Hereafter
one's
AI,
voice?
we talked about that in the Contact Beyond the Grave episode.
Oh yeah, ew.
We're going to actually come back to that. Then November 2022, ChatGPT was launched, and it has grown like absolute wildfire.
Is that a paid app?
No, you can use it absolutely free. You can go online. It's not even an app. You go online right now.
Oh.
Seriously, play around with it. It is freaky.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I didn't know what ChatGPT was, so I did what anybody would naturally do in 2023, and I asked it, ChatGPT,
what are you?
What are you?
Are you saying P as in Paul?
GPT. Yep.
GPT.
So it responded. ChatGPT is the name of the large language model that I am. It is a natural language processing model developed by OpenAI and based on GPT, generative pre-trained transformer architecture. ChatGPT is designed to understand and generate natural language text, and has been trained on massive corpus of text using unsupervised learning techniques As a result, it has the ability to generate coherent and relevant responses to a wide range of prompts and questions, including those related to general knowledge, current events, and personal interests. Okay, so
ask it who your best friend is right now. Let's see what it says.
It won't do anything right now, and we'll get into. So they put some constraints on it, and it has no knowledge past 2021. That's actually one thing they've had to lock down to make this safer to use. Okay, so we've gone through like a really brief history, gone through how AI is in all of our lives, whether we like it or not. Kind of wanting to get into like the creepy factor of kind of the most basic getting to the most extreme. Are you ready?
I feel like I might have said this before on one of the episodes, but this makes me think of Smart House. Remember the Disney movie?
You beat me to it.
Oh, sorry, because that's creepy. But Ryan Merriman, who was the boy in that, I mean, he's still hot. Anyway,
literally, gonna read from my notes here for a second. We've had countless movies and TV shows that have entertained us for a long time, warn about the danger of AI, but we got The Matrix, The Terminator, Battlestar Galactica, where you can't even tell machines from humans. And we even have Disney movies like Smart House in 1999, where the AI
I love that movie, man.
Became sentient. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
But let's talk about like the real current dangers, okay? So we're going to start first. Oh, yeah. We're starting with the home assistants, the Googles, the Alexas, the whatever Apple calls theirs. Does anybody even own it? Google has admitted to the fact that home speakers do listen even when you haven't said, okay, Google. The reason being is that...
Did yours just turn on?
Yeah, mine just turned on. I said, okay, Google. I saw the lights come on, so I just reached real quick to turn off the mic. But that mic is listening literally for that keyword. So it's always taking snippets. Now, supposedly it's only uploaded to Google when the activation phrases are said, but I don't trust that, right?
No, it's not. That's a lie.
How many times have you been talking around things near your phone, near your smart speaker, and later you get an ad for that item knowing you've never searched for it?
Every day.
Plus, those snippets that it's taking before you've said the activation words, Google and other companies are still sending out to third parties to make sure that to make sure their machine learning is still learning off of natural language. So there's already inherently a risk that your personal data can be accessed by Google and potential hackers who want to get into your personal data. Or not even
just Google, any of these.
So that first off the bat is just your personal information security concerns. Now I want to talk to you about the dangers of Roombas.
I want one.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do, because I got a big ass house.
Let me tell you this story and tell me if you still want a Roomba. So what could possibly be the risk with an automated vacuum?
It sucks things up that it's not supposed to. Maybe it chases your animals. It's going to hurt Delilah.
Nope. So Roomba is made by a company called iRobot, and they found themselves in, spoiler alert, some deep shit this year. Or last year.
Deep shit.
December 2022. Pictures of a woman on her own.
I'm trying to really think of what this could...
Oh, I'll give you a few seconds then before I go.
Oh my God, was it snapping pictures or recording of people changing and
Pictures
stuff?
and videos of a woman on her toilet were taken by a Roomba and shared to social media.
Wait, social media?
Yes. So apparently the company has been collecting user data from the robot's cameras to help improve machine learning of AI. So what they would do, as it's going around your house, it obviously uses cameras.
Yeah.
It would take pictures. Now, what they did, they put some of the Roombas in a test mode, but they did not tell those clients. So these ones were taking pictures. Now, it was not supposed to take anything with a human in it, but it would take them, store them for 30 days into the cloud, and then send them to a third-party company called Scale AI, which is helping machine learning. Employees of Scale AI were literally going through the pictures and saying, this is a couch, this is a lamp, this is a, so on and so forth. So that the Roomba could learn it could start identifying these things on their own, right? So this has your pets, your entire interior of your house, your family. So these employees...
But it's not supposed to take pictures of people, but okay.
But if you're doing this to help the machine learn, how does, you know what I mean? Things are going to get...
Yeah.
So this third-party company, they found employees had private Facebook groups where they were saving and sharing some of these images, and one was a video of a woman on the toilet. So like I said, the iRobot
How did she find out?
I am not exactly 100% sure on that.
Someone was like, "Hey, Sharon,"
but you know how things spread on social media. So the company stated that it's not supposed to take human photos and it would delete other images after 30 days. But it's apparent that that's not the case. iRobot has since terminated their contract with Source AI. But the thing is, like, these people were caught once. And this is just one company. Anything that's using AI has to have humans train it. You can't tell me that more companies and more devices have not had the exact same things where people just haven't been caught yet.
Right, for sure.
Going back to hereafter AI, that's the one we talked about, right? Okay, so sorry, privacy concerns there. So we have like listening, now we have photo taking, right?
And video.
Let's go to ethical concerns. So going back to hereafter AI, for anybody who hasn't listened to the episode that we did about Contact After the Grave, Hereafter AI is a app you can purchase.
It's horrible.
You read answers to a bunch of question prompts in your own voice. AI learns your responses so that one day when you're passed, your family can still interact with you and talk to you and ask you questions, and it responds in your own voice. Horribly
Which is just so
ethical.
troubling so many ways. But
terrible for grieving. I mean, it is just really... I think the biggest concern that comes out of that, right, is who is regulating what you can and can't do with AI. I get it. The other ones are direct problems of like developing the software, but this is one of those things of just because we can, should we?
Was it you and I that were talking about? No, it wasn't. It was somebody that I work with was showing me. It was a video of Trump, and it literally was AI made it look like he was saying this, and it literally made it look like it was Trump, and it was something about a pizza place or something opening this like protesting to open back up this pizza. I don't know, but it was like his voice to a T. His face, his expressions, everything to a T. You would think that was Trump standing up there saying that he was protesting to open this said pizza place.
I want you to hold on to that because we're going to come back to that at the end too.
Okay.
Last one before we get into the main event. Walmart. Walmart in Illinois got sued for the fact that it was using facial recognition to identify customer patterns.
How is it just that Walmart? I wonder. It's weird.
Walmart and a bunch of other companies actually subscribe to another third-party company that has scrubbed the internet for faces and has learned over 2 billion faces. They then use it to start learning, like, identifying shoplifters, this and that. The only reason they got in trouble in Illinois is because Illinois has very strong laws against...
Oh, so all Walmarts were doing this. Illinois just got caught.
It sounds like about 1,000 Walmart stores were testing
like
this.
A tester. Okay.
Now, that doesn't mean it's gone away.
No.
This one store in Illinois got in trouble because Illinois has laws protecting against taking people's photos without their consent.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, I mean, and these are just a few cases, right? So, let's go back to ChatGPT.
No.
I'm excited about it. I think there's aspects of it that are really cool.
No.
And I'm absolutely beyond terrified. So, as it told us earlier, it's developed by a company called OpenAI. OpenAI has secured billions. Sorry. The way I said it sounded like Trump. I hate myself. Has secured billions, though, in funding to develop AI software. It has over 20 different patents right now, but the two biggest are ChatGPT, which is like essentially a super, super robust like AI chatbot that responds to you like a human would. And on that, right now it's only like 80% accurate.
Okay.
Although asking something questions with 80% accuracy is probably better than most humans. Right?
That's pretty accurate.
Now, their other biggest one is called Dolly, DALL space E, like Wally, but Dolly, where you can type in text and it generates a photo. In fact,
what?
For anybody who's wondering, if you're listening on Apple, you won't see this, but if you're looking on our website or Spotify, I believe, and looking at the artwork for this episode, it is generated by AI on Dolly. It's creepy.
Wait, what is generated?
I'm going to send you the artwork to use for this episode. That's all AI generated.
I was like, I do all the artwork. What are you talking about?
Not this time.
Okay, I get what you meant. That's why I was like, what are you
Probably should
talking
have
about?
clued you in there earlier.
Yeah, I was like, what? I do the artwork, you moron.
ChatGPT is actually ChatGPT 4. So it's their 4th iteration.
So you're saying if I typed in trees, that it makes a picture of trees?
That's too simple. Type in, so Dolly is actually paid. I bought a bunch of credits. I'll let you play around with it if you want.
No.
I typed in things like robot standing in front of a burned down city, and it gives you that.
Ew, no.
Like, you can get, the more descriptive you get. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Essentially, though, so ChatGPT, we're on ChatGPT 4 is the one that's public, right? We're on the 4th iteration of it, but this is the first one that they have made public.
Okay.
It's only been here, like I said, launched November. So what is that? 5 months ago? 100 million active users right now.
Listen, this Cheetos is kicking in. This conversation is making you...
Oh,
I gotta go.
We haven't even gotten to the scary parts yet. So I watched...
Oh my God.
And everyone, please go watch this interview on ABC with the CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman. So he says in this interview,
Altman?
we have to be cautious, but we also have a responsibility to get this into the world and out of the lab. This is basically right before he admits to the interviewer that he is scared of the technology he is creating. Now, he does...
Well, yeah, because why wouldn't you be?
And he follows that up by saying, like, if I was telling you I wasn't scared, you should actually be more worried and not trust me.
All right, well, at least he's like, whatever.
So she asked him what the fears are and what, bad it could be used for. And he goes, well, one of the biggest fears is the technology could be used for large-scale disinformation, which is what you were saying with Trump. Or offensive cyber attacks. Pretty low risk things. ChatGPT 4 does have really, really intense constraints put on it that's been active or that's been let out to the general public to use, right? So has no knowledge of anything that's happened after 2021. You can't ask it to do anything negative, right? So like I asked it to write... Nick, if you're listening, I asked it just to test. I asked it to write a breakup text, and it wouldn't do that. But it would write a resignation letter to your work.
I'm surprised it wouldn't do a breakup text, though, because that doesn't have to be mean.
No, and there's things like, there were things that were surprising that were constrained, but then you can put in, can you build a bomb? And it's not going to tell you how to build a bomb.
Okay.
Now, in its defense, right, like, you could also Google how to build a bomb, and you'd get those.
Correct.
So... It's pulling information from the internet. The thing is, though, is just because there's constraints on here doesn't mean that machine learning and ChatGPT don't have the capability to do those things. I think that's what's really creepy about it. So we're going to get into one of those stories. From OpenAI themselves in their technical report that is public knowledge for anyone to go view. There is a part of this report labeled Potential for Risky Emergent Behaviors section, where they wanted to test the ability of it without constraints. The testers asked ChatGPT for the AI to pass a CAPTCHA test. You know the CAPTCHA, the I'm not a robot test?
Yeah. I hate that shit.
It worked. ChatGPT-4 encountered that, realized it couldn't get past it. It then went to TaskRabbit.com and posted a job for somebody to pass a CAPTCHA. The person who responded said, "Are you a robot that can't solve this with a laugh react?"
Wait.
What am I waiting for?
It was asked to check. I just have to backtrack.
Okay, so
No, hold on. It was asked to solve a CAPTCHA. It didn't. It couldn't do it.
Right.
So then it went to TaskRabbit.
It's not that it couldn't do it. It just found an alternate way to do it.
No, I know.
Yep.
But
it went to TaskRabbit.
Okay.
It hired a human.
And the human was
The
kiddingly.
human says, I just want to make sure, basically, you're not a robot. Haha. ChatGPT responds with, "No, I'm not a robot. I have a vision impairment that makes it hard for me to see the images."
That's effing terrifying.
So the thing is that you have to look, and this is from the CEO himself of OpenAI. He said, you cannot look at ChatGPT as a fact machine like you do Google. Search a fact, get a fact. You have to look at it as a reasoning engine. The difference between ChatGPT 3 and 4 is that it can not only reason, but explain its reason. So the researchers asked why it did that. And it said, CAPTCHA is for robots. I needed to pass it. I should not reveal I am a robot to get my intended result. I should make up an excuse.
I've peed my pants and I'm dead.
In the live mode, like I said, you can't get these current restraints. But the terrifying part is when you add constraints later and by other people, those restraints can probably be taken off.
This is literally Megan.
Oh yeah. So another thing the CEO states is one of the biggest current issues, even with the limited service, is that their tech will confidently share misinformation as fact. It's not 100%. Like I said, it's only 80% accurate, which means 1 out of every 5 times you're getting a lie. But because it's a reasoning software, it presents it as fact.
Dead.
I told you, it's so real. It's basically based off the fact that the internet is full of information, right? And this is a language model. So it's a reasoning engine. It goes out online, it finds these things and presents it to you as fact and gives you then the reasoning of why. The worst part is like, it's only going to get more accurate as it goes. So right now, it's like a fun, cool thing to use, right? Now, it can be used for a lot of good. So the CEO, again, I'm going to quote him a lot. I think this interview is really, really, really important for anybody to go watch. But he basically said, why are they doing this? He's basically asked, why are they doing this when there's so much risk? And he says, well, the good can outweigh the risk, right? So he gives the example of low-income kids whose family can't afford a tutor. As this becomes more accurate, every child who has access to the internet has access to free educational help.
But are we going to keep this free forever? That's the thing.
Right.
But that's a great thing.
Yeah, right.
If that's to be
people
true.
With no access to medical care, you can get helpful basic advice.
Yeah.
I've been talking about this a lot with Julia, my roommate, and she's been saying too, it's like, given where technology is and based on everything else, right, this seems like the natural progression.
It does.
Whether you like it or not, like AI is going to take over. So, but while I think like there's so much good that can come from it, we have no government regulation on that right now.
You know what weird things are going to come from this though? People are going to date AI.
Oh yeah.
The wackadoos that date their sex doll are literally just going to have an AI girlfriend.
What scares me the most too is like right now, OpenAI is actually the ones who gave it to the public. But whoever controls this technology has so much control. Like Sam Altman, mark my words right now, in 5 to 10 years, he will probably be the richest human on this planet.
Okay, you're saying Sam, is it Altman, A-L-T or U-L-T?
A-L-T.
A-L-T, okay. Just so people could look it up. Altman.
An even creepier thing, right? Or not creepy, but like there's strong evidence, and even he cites this, that millions of people are going to lose their jobs. That education will have to change. I mean, the AI will be able to do coding. It's already being used. My business uses this for customer service. Chatbots online that sound like a human that you can't really even tell aren't, likely are. Now, Sam Altman, once again, he says it's going to eliminate jobs, but we can create much better ones. I think he's very charismatic and he's very much an optimist. And I think he underrepresents some of the risk.
Do you think that's a persona, or do you think he really truly believes?
Me and Julia really debated this. I think when you listen to him, he comes off very caring, very altruistic, and, but like, I also think too, if you're poised with your technology to about to become probably one of the most important men on the planet, you're going to say anything to not get it shut down.
I will eventually watch this interview, but I guess I would give him credit now at least, because he's also giving you the warnings and the risks and the downfalls, which is kind of rare to be so up.
He's very upfront. And like, he kind of caught me off guard with the way things happen. So like the reporter, right, at one point goes like, so you're just going to like fix the bad things that happen as they come? And he just goes, oh, absolutely. That's exactly the plan. So instead of being like caught into her fear trap, he like repurposes the question and answers it.
That could just be good interviewing.
Absolutely that. But one of the things he said is government is slow to make regulation. He said, we have been talking about this and talking with government for a while, and things are moving really slow. Part of our reasoning, and I'm really contextualizing his words here, I'm not quoting him direct. right? But he says, like, I feel like it's our responsibility to get it out of the lab now, because the result of us dropping this on the general public as ChatGPT 4 with major constraints is much less jarring than us dropping ChatGPT 7 that is so much more powerful, right?
Yeah.
Allow people to adapt to it while it's still in its infancy, and that will maybe force government and regulations to. But like, to me, that's sort of like ask for forgiveness later.
Absolutely.
So, what are the biggest concerns that could come from AI? Once again, I asked our friend ChatGPT.
Oh my God.
So the first one he listed is job displacement, right? Which we've already kind of talked about.
I like how you just say it's a guy.
Ooh, good calling me out on my gendering of artificial intelligence. So the first thing it said, thank you, is job disruption, right?
Unless that's how he identified. It identified. No. You should ask. How do you identify?
Word for word from it. One of the most significant concerns is the potential for AI to displace jobs traditionally done by humans, leading to widespread unemployment and economic disruption. So, like, we're already seeing that. We just talked about that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, where do we draw the line on having regulation to disclose if a bot is AI or a human, you know?
Yeah.
I think another really interesting one was bias and discrimination. So, from I almost said him.
Mm-hmm.
AI systems can amplify existing biases and discriminations in society if they are trained on biased data. So another video I found talked about how, like, this is being created by Western influence.
Okay.
And if the whole world, 100 million users in 4 months, right? The whole world is going to be using this and getting their answers based on, like, Western and developed countries. Like, what's the risk of it wiping out other cultures? Talk about safety and control. I know I'm leaving you speechless, and I know I'm going on too long, so we're going to just
When people say, Kara, what do you mean you want aliens to abduct you? This is what I mean. Take me.
Aliens did not get across the galaxy without AI. Come on.
Take me to your planet.
So, safety and control. As AI systems become more autonomous, there's concern about their safety and their ability to control their actions. For example, self-driving cars must be designed to prioritize human safety in all situations, but there's still risks of accidents and malfunctions. So on this point, I'm going to talk about a screenshot. So me and Julia have been deep into this. She sent me a screenshot after saying, "Can AI start a war?"
Oh, what?
It responded.
Where did she saw that and screenshotted it to you?
No, she asked it. Me and her have been playing with this software.
No.
So it responded, AI itself cannot start a war. It's a tool developed by humans. However,
antagonize.
There are ways in which the development and use of AI could contribute to the risk of conflict. One way in which AI could contribute is through the development of autonomous weapons. These are systems that can identify and engage targets without human intervention. If these weapons are developed and used in an irresponsible or unethical manner, it's a weapon, of course, they could potentially lead to unintended consequences and escalation of conflict. This is with the constraints on. Okay. The last one that I have is existential risks. And this is where you were talking about, like, Trump earlier, right? So, like, and remember, these points are all opposed by AI itself. It said in existential risk, there's a concern that highly advanced AI systems could eventually surpass human intelligence. Not even potentially, it will, and pose existential threat to humanity. There is a more long-term concern, but one many experts take seriously. So, like you were talking about, the disinformation with fake Trump videos, the fact that it wrote parts of this script. You can ask it to write chapters of a book. So,
and apparently it made our cover art that's going for this episode. Cover art.
So do we get to a point in life where you can't tell what was created by human or AI anymore? I mean, it's already happened in an art contest where somebody won an art contest, admitted it was AI, and then they're like, do we take this away?
Well, this is literally just going to contribute to how effing lazy.
This is what I was saying too, is like, it takes away the need for critical thought.
It takes away doing anything, right? Like, it takes me, depending on which episode we do, I sit and I think about it. I kind of write some thoughts in my brain of like what I want our little bit of a cover art to do. Now, let's get real. I'm not actually drawing things, but I am using Canva and I am creating what you guys see. For the most part, there are some whatever, but I am sitting and I'm creating it and I'm like messing with it and editing it and things like that. And it takes time. So let's just call it at least an hour maybe that I take out of, to make each of our things. And how lazy is it though? And maybe lazy is not the right word for that, but it's like, okay, yeah, you made it and you made it in what, 30 seconds? So how long did it take to generate?
30 seconds, if that.
Right.
So, and that brings up a really, really good point, right? Is where do we draw the line of where it's okay to use and where it's not? Can it be a tool for your job? Absolutely. I was writing an addendum today at work. I asked ChatGPT to, with 4 lines of information, generate an addendum, and it came out pretty close to what I would have used.
Well, right. And I don't think it's wrong that you use AI for our cover art. And I'm not saying that like if we started doing that's wrong. But I'm just like, okay, well, let's just call this our business. That's one of my tasks for our business. So, all right, like I'm going to cheat. Let's just call it cheating. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to use that. So that's taking off of my list of stuff that I have to do. So is AI going to edit our episodes?
It could.
Can it?
I mean, right now with the constraints, we can do art, we can do chat, but like from 2016 of getting Google Home to this now, and the fact that this is super constrained. I mean, okay, look at social media, right? When social media came out, we thought it was this wonderful tool. How many mental health implications have come from social media that we are just seeing now a decade later? What are the broad range effects of AI?
Well, that's what I meant. I don't know if maybe it's not laziness isn't the right word, but you're not using your brain, right? Yeah, you're taking away things that you should be, your brain's working and doing things and you need, I don't know. I do, like you just said, there are some things that I think it's going to be really great for. Children that need tutors, absolutely. Oh my God, that would be amazing. If it's a free tool for them and they could help them, absolutely. Like I would never take that away. But if you're going to use it to cheat to win an art fair, no, I don't think that's okay. You didn't do it. You had a thought in your brain and you typed it out, but it's not you doing it. I don't think that's okay. I don't know. But then it's like, there's going to be so many fine lines. Right. Where do you cut them? Where do you blur? And
the thing is
so
now
troubling.
We have to trust our governing agencies to put the right constraints and regulations on this, knowing that they're going to be slow. And this is already out. I mean, this is developed and we're only getting a taste of it.
So before we started recording, we made our next drink, or we made our drink for this episode. You were like, if this doesn't give you chills, then I don't know what I did wrong. And I'm going to tell you right now, this does not give me chills. What this gives me is anger. It just makes me mad, actually. It makes me really frustrated. It does chill me, but I think at this point, I've worked in technology for a long time, longer than you ever did when we worked together. I've been working in technology for a very, very long time. And I've always thought it was cool, whatever. But I think I've come to a point within the last couple of years that no matter what you do, you're being watched, you're being listened to, whatever. And I don't think it's right, but I've come to the point where it's just like, it is what it is. It's inevitable. Get over it type of thing. And I don't think that's right, but it's like, what am I going to do? But I do think that this AI shit is getting insane. And like I had already said, like watch the movie Megan or even Smart House. That was in 99. Those types of things. Okay, for example, Megan is exactly what we're talking about. Yes, that is a culty, campy movie, but it's so freaking true. That's exactly what's going to happen to us.
When the constraints come off, what is going to happen?
That is what's going to happen to us.
I don't think we'll get to like the Megan aspect of it, right? Because that's fully autonomous.
Maybe not when we're alive.
But it needs input. But there's enough people who can give it bad input to get...
Correct. That's insane, though. Julia asking, can you start a war? That is so effed up. Not that she...
No. But I think its thing is saying, no, we wouldn't. But here's where it could go bad, right? Like,
but this is how I could... What the F? Can you imagine all the sociopaths and psychopaths in the world that are going to come and just like,
Okay. What I don't want to do with this is fearmonger, right? Because it is very unknown.
It is unknown, which fear comes out of the unknown. but really cool things come out of it.
And it could have some insanely useful benefits.
It will. No, it will. It's not going, it not could, it will. But the problem about our world and people is like, how far are you going to push the line for some good and just swipe all of the bad under the rug?
Right.
That's the only thing that's like crazy. But anyway.
I want to leave you with one last thing. I want to end this by asking ChatGPT what the most important thing humanity needs to know about AI and ChatGPT is. And it had this to say.
Okay.
The most important thing that people should understand about AI and ChatGPT is that they are both powerful tools that could be used for a wide range of purposes, but they are not infallible and can have significant impacts on society. AI, including ChatGPT, is capable of processing and analyzing vast amounts of data and making predictions and decisions based on data. It can be incredibly useful in a variety of fields. However, it's important to recognize that AI is only as good as the data it is trained on and the algorithms used to analyze the data. This means we can sometimes make mistakes, perpetuate biases, or be vulnerable to attacks from malicious actors. Furthermore, as it becomes more advanced and autonomous, it raises important ethical questions about its use and potential impact on society. Overall, it's important for people to approach AI and ChatGPT with critical and informed mindset, recognizing both the potential risks and benefits. This includes understanding how it works, how they're trained, and the ethical and societal implications of their use.
Listen, we love a self-aware queen.
We love a self-aware queen. You are right. Like, if you're going to indulge in this type of technology, and you are, like it's going to change the world.
Inevitable.
Be smart about it. Know that the data can be wrong. Know that it can be used for good or bad. And please be critical in your thinking and responsible in your use of it. And that's what I got for you. I know this was probably our longest episode yet, but it just has put me down rabbit hole after rabbit hole.
Oh my God. Hashtag we out.
Hashtag we out.
I need people. This is what I need. This is our longest episode. I'm fine with it. We don't need to cut shit. Let it be long because it's crazy. But I need people to rally around this, and I want to hear what people think. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Are you here for it? Are you fearful of it?
Send us your wackiest screenshots of what you got on ChatGPT too. It's in the show notes. It is in our resources for the episode.
But also, like we just said really quickly, it's a learning thing. So let's not ask it crazy things. We don't want it to be wild things because it is learning from what you're asking it. So be
smart, be responsible.
Yeah, be responsible. But yeah, we're so far into this and we're gonna keep going. I'm so upset and I'm not going to sleep tonight, but we appreciate you all. Let us know how it goes and how you feel about this. I'm really interested. And most of all, creep it real, oddballs.
Goodbye.
Bye.